stars, thank you for stopping by. I really do hope that you stay and that you take something away from this video so that you can keep coming back for more. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the 5 different techniques of acting that are my personal favorite. So yes, we are going to be talking everything method acting, everything Stanislavski acting. So excuse me for you don't need method acting to act, and it's not the only technique or set of techniques that you can use in order to act, but it's just something that I was introduced to when I started acting, and I've been using, like, when it comes to different actings. So your melodramas, your method actings, your Brecht technique acting. Personally, I just really like method acting, so that's why I'm going to be sharing the 5 different method actings. Excuse me for the noise that is happening outside. My dad and my brother are teaching each other to drive, so look, and my window is like right here. So the first technique is concentration. Yes. Now Stanislavski actually goes on to say, you cannot do anything on stage, in front of a camera, if you are not concentrated. So your mind and everything else needs to be present. It needs to be in the moment in order for you to execute whatever play, whatever scene, whatever monologue that you are given. So when we're concentrating, it means you switch off everything. No matter before the show you had a fight with your boyfriend or girlfriend or your mom, you've got to leave that before you get on stage. So everything needs to be here, and you don't start concentrating masaqali play, or when it goes action, or when sit back, relax and enjoy the show. That's not when you start concentrating. You start concentrating and meditating and thinking about the show an hour before. So while you warm up already, when you're thinking about your character. What I normally do, and it works for me, is I will say the character's name in my head and the age. So let's say I'm playing Utandi, and Utandi is 9 years old. So for me to switch from Uasipe to being Utandi, what I normally do is I'll close my eyes, or like I'll pace up and down or whatever, or I'll meditate and stand in a corner, and I'll just be like, Tandi, 9 years old. Tandi, 9 years old. Tandi, 9 years old. And as I'm doing that, I'm gonna edit trait Tandi. So if you trait Tandi, all the time. So I'm Tandi, 9 years old. Tandi, 9 years old. Tandi, 9 years old. So that's just how I prepare for that show. If I'm playing a gangster, so I'm gonna say Lucy, 33 years old, you get the drill. So that enables your mind and your senses and your body to be here, to be in this moment. So that's number 1. It is concentration. Technique number 2 that I like is the magic if. Now basically, magic if, how does it work? It works on you as the person, you ask yourself this question: what would I do if I was in the shoes of my character? So let's say my character is being mugged, and I've never been mugged before, but the questioning was when at the moment I see the given circumstance, which is being mugged, the first question I ask myself is, if I was held gunpoint, at knife point, 3 guys surrounding me, what would I do? And that's exactly how I respond. That is exactly how I trigger those emotions of fear. In the real life would be fearful, anger, whatever the case might be. Another way to execute magic if is, it is the actor's job to make whatever props and whatever set they have on stage to appear real to them. And for instance, let's say I'm being mugged, and the person who's mugging me has got a knife. Now, for some reason, in real life, I'm usabi minumese. Maybe I grow around, so a knife to me is like, ugh, like I can dodge that. So, but it's bamunyasab. So it is my duty as the actor to basically erase umese and make it ispam in my head, so that I will respond in an authentic way, because kumina yes umese but ngibona ispam. So basically that's just how magic if works, and it also works hand in hand with the observation, because as an artist, you've always got to be observant of what you see, because it's unfortunate, it's not every experience that we're going to get to experience, but it's important to observe what we see around, to be attentive and listen to what other people are saying. So let's say I've never been raped before and I'm given a character that has been raped. And then my friend, I know a friend who's been raped. It is my duty to recall, you know, how was her voice? How was her face? How do I think she felt? So yeah, but to sum things up, magic if I was in the character's shoes, how would I respond? Technique number 3 is substitution. Now, how substitution works is basically you substitute what you don't like for what you like, or not necessarily what you don't like, but for what may not work for you, for what would work for you. For example, you are in a scene where you've got to kiss this person. Now, you don't like this person, or you just really don't find them attractive, and you just really hate the fact that you're about to kiss them, but you have to do it because that's just what our job requires. So what you do is you look into the eyes of this person that you don't like, and you start substituting them for the person that you like. So you're literally gonna gaze into their eyes, and you're gonna start replacing their eyes with your boyfriend's eyes, with your girlfriend's eyes. You're gonna start looking at their lips, and you're gonna start substituting them for the lips that you do enjoy kissing. Another way you can do this is by, still using the kissing example. Let's say to trigger these senses, you ask your scene partner to be like, yo, perfume, you know, that way you're building the connection. That way you're making a substitution to be easier, because if one of your senses relates to substituting is going to happen even more easily. And if Komodo understand and professional at what they do, and they don't have an allergy or anything against the perfume that you're asking them to spray, it should be not a problem. However, it is something that needs to be communicated with the person. Another thing that I would like to add when it comes to substitution is it's not easy. It requires you to concentrate. It requires the first technique to be intact. Like, you really need to be concentrated in order to erase and substitute it for into engeko. And that is how substitution works. Not to say you can't achieve authentic acting, authentic romantic scene without substituting. You can. However, this obviously works for umuntu, you know what, I'm having problems with kissing this person or being best friends with this person I don't like, and then you use the technique of substituting. In fact, with all the techniques, you can act without them. It's however when you feel like you can still go further, you just need that push, or you feel like, you know what, I'm finding it extremely challenging to be in love with this person, and then you start incorporating your techniques, your substitutions, your concentrating, your magic. Technique number 4 is private moment. Now, the private moment is when we refer to the audience as the fly in the wall. This is when your audience is completely not there, and it's just you and the prop that you're using and the given circumstance. So whatever it is that you are doing in that particular scene. Now, how does a private moment work? A private moment normally occurs when you are doing something you wouldn't normally do in front of anyone, even in real life. So you are masturbating, or you are in the toilet. You know, that is not something you would just do in front of your brother, sister, or mother. So what you do, but and you can't, acting is about making everything look authentic and real. It's about bringing easy to real life. So you can't half do things. If the scene, the character, that moment requires you to freaking masturbate, you've got to masturbate and look like you're masturbating for real. So you can't cheat it. Another thing is, acting is real life experiences. Everybody experiences what is portrayed on stage. It's just that our job is to portray it on stage. So you can't fake masturbating as if the audience you can't fake going to the toilet as if the audience does not know what it's like pushing that poop out. Do you get what I'm saying? So a private moment enables you to switch off everything else, hence why we use the word audience is the fly on the wall, because so it's just a technique that you use to trigger that privacy, even though there's an audience, but you just tell yourself, you know what, right now I'm in the private moment, and you do it as if you're doing it for real. And okay, now number 5 is my favorite technique. I think this is the one that I've used the most. Anyway, yeah, it is called affective memory. Now, how affective memory works is you basically act with your scars. So, yabo, those things, or those experiences that happened that you just wouldn't revisit because there are scars in you. When you apply this technique, they work and they just take out really good acting out of a person. Now, basically how this works is you recall events that happened in your life that you really don't like, or for instance, I know this sounds brutal, but yeah, if you were raped before, so you know how that feels, and you're given a scene where your mother just died, so rape and the mother dying are two different things. However, the rape experience that you felt can work for a scene where your mother dies, even though you've never experienced uma wako eshona in real life. But the pain, the sadness, the depression, the I feel so little right now are the same emotions umuntu who's been raped would feel no muntu oshonele uma. So you don't really have to experience what's going on in the scene, but you can link that particular scene experience with the similar experiences in your life. That's why we call it affective memory. So that's what affective memory is. You basically act with a series of events that have happened in your life. It also comes back to being observant, because sometimes you've never been raped, you never lost a mom, but you know someone who's been raped, you know of someone who's lost a mom, you've seen them tell their story, you were there when it happened, so my experiences, you don't really need to feel them, but hence why it's affective memory. You store everything that you see in your head, because when I first started acting, it wasn't really my acting coach, but my acting coach, why says it, when you are acting, there's a bag of emotions you need to have. When it's some emotions, when it's some events and experiences, when it's some different monologues. So in this bag, everything we bonayo, you digest it, you throw it in that bag, because at some point in your career, so when this happens, when you get a scene and you get a character that requires you to be freaking emotional, and when you start recalling when my neighbor's house got burnt down. So it goes back to being observant, because as artists we always need to be observant in game pilos abantu, because on stage, on that camera, we are portraying the real lives of people. If you really liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and join the Cut and Action gang. On Instagram, it is asipia_ntuli. I love you, I love you, I love you. Until next time, goodbye.